Hello and welcome to the Nerdy Photographer Podcast, loyal listeners. It is your host, Casey Fatchett, and 2025 is coming to an end. We're here in the last month of the year, and I always like to, at this time of year in December, to take a look back and be grateful for everything that's happened and look at the goals that I set for myself at the beginning of the year. And yeah, I'm really grateful to all of you for listening to the show. When I look at the statistics for, like downloads and listens and whatever, I mean, it sure looks like a bunch of numbers, but for me, it's like each one of those is a person who's listening to the show and getting something out of it. And I started this show for one reason only, which was to help other photographers and entertain people. And I feel like I'm accomplishing that goal every time I see that somebody has listened to the show. And I'm grateful to all of the amazing guests that we've had on the show this year. So many incredible people. Just to name a few, former White House photographer Pete Souza, Heather Larkin, J.C. Carey, Karen Williams, Fred Ago, Cody Hammer, Susan Stripling, Andrew Tomasino, Chase Gutman. There's so many people. There's a ton of great conversations. And if you missed something, feel free to go back and listen to it. I highly recommend it. There's so many great conversations that we had this year, and I can't be more proud of how this year has turned out as far as my guests and the people who've been on the show and the stories that we've talked about. When I look back at the goals that we set for the beginning of the year, one goal I set for myself was to be on 5 other photography podcasts, and I was. So, goal accomplished there. I also wanted to be featured in at least 10 news stories or interviews in publications, either online or in print. And we went way past that. There's over 20. I think I was quoted in over 20, but also, just like featured in like 5 or 6 different articles. It really is incredible. Like again, spreading the word and getting the word out there about the nerdy photographer was really great. For this show, podcast downloads for this year are up over 75% from last year, which was previously our biggest year. We had doubled the year before that last year, and we're almost doubling it again this year because there's still time. There's still time, folks. We still have a few weeks left in 2025. If you really want to go out and help us break the records that we've set, I had set a goal of the number of downloads that I was hoping for this year, and it was kind of a stretch, and we're almost there. We're very close. So tell your friends, get them listening to the show. You listen to as many episodes as you can, and maybe we'll hit that before the end of the year. I have my fingers crossed. But that doesn't include the record number of streams on YouTube that we've had. Those are counted separately. It's a huge number of people listening and watching on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, the subscribers on YouTube went up by 50%, and are growing. If you are listening and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, there's a lot of stuff over there. Obviously, the podcast episodes are there, but there are also tutorials. There are reviews of gear. There are discussions on business techniques and marketing and all sorts of stuff over on the YouTube channel. And I set a goal for myself to release at least one video per week this year on YouTube, and I reached that goal. There will be at least one video, an average of at least one video per week. The last couple of weeks of the year, I don't know if I'll have new videos. We'll see. We'll see if they're there. But the biggest thing that I wanted to accomplish was forming a stronger, more active community of photographers than we had before. And I have to say, across all the social media platforms, the podcast, the website, everything, that has absolutely been the case. There's been We've had huge growth on Threads, Blue Sky, getting people talking on Reddit. It's been great to see people getting involved and reacting and being active with our little photography community that we've created, and I'm super glad to see that, and it makes me really grateful to do what I do. And that being said, we're wrapping up, and I hope that you and your photography journey, whatever it may be, whether you're a hobbyist or a professional, that you've gotten something out of this show, out of being part of the Nerdy Photographer community this year that has helped you move forward in your journey or just made you laugh. But I want you to set some goals for next year for yourself. Again, whether you're a hobbyist, whether you're a professional, whether you've just started being a pro, whether you've been a pro for 20 years, set some goals for yourself. There's nothing better to help yourself grow than to set goals and to push yourself to meet them. I always set a goal that I think is will take some work to accomplish, and then they've got like a stretch goal past that. Like what's the goal past that I can, if things go really well, I can reach. If I and if things are fortuitous and there's good reactions and whatever like that I can possibly reach. So I set multiple goals, and I check in on those goals. And I think that's something to remember, that you don't just like look at them at the end of the year and think, oh, what happened this year? Go back and like go and check on them every month, every couple months, and see how you're doing, see how you're progressing, so that you can either change your approach or find a way to reach them, because maybe what you're doing isn't working out the way you hoped it would. And again, before I close out for the end of the year, I wanted to say huge, tremendous thanks to everyone who is listening. I wish you a safe and happy holiday season. And until next year, stay safe and stay nerdy.